Do your kids understand your cleaning business and the implications that it has on your family? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com. This is a resource hub that has a whole bunch of different things for cleaning, whether you're an Airbnb host or you're a parent and you clean your own house, or you have kids that clean. There's a whole section on kids that clean, or whether you're a professional house cleaner. So if you clean, you're going to find something that's helpful and useful for you on mycleaningconnection.com. All right, on to today's show. We have Ken Carfagno joining us once again, and he's got a podcast. He's been on our show before. He's the homeschooling dad with 5 kids, and he runs a cleaning business. And he's here today to share with us the importance of letting your kids know what you do in your business and how it applies to and relates to your family. Please help me welcome Ken Carfagno.
Well, Angela, thank you so much for having me back on the show. For those that don't know me, my name is Ken Carfagno. I am the proud owner of Carfagno Cleaning Incorporated out of now Harleysville, Pennsylvania in the Philadelphia suburbs. Spent 15 years of my life cleaning in upstate New York, where it's very cold and barren. No, it's a very nice area, but we did want to get out of that area and come back home. And for those years, we ran a very successful solo cleaning company where I was able to optimize my business to a very nice salary and only on a couple of days a week. And so I'm invested in many places. I run a podcast for solo cleaners called Solo Cleaning School. And now that we're back in the area, my wife, my 5 homeschooled kids, we've realized that, you know what, it's time to crank up the family business again. So my father, all the flaws he has, I could say he was a hard worker. And like you said, I watched that as a young kid. Now, he worked all the time. And so that's what was instilled into me, is that work ethic. And so I had that. And so I was always hustling. And if you remember from the early days, probably in your business, sleeping in your car is not a stranger to you, because you're just cleaning everywhere, wherever you're needed. And over time, you start to get your systems in place. But my kids saw me cleaning all the time, and especially my older ones. And I wasn't able to personally clean so much in the house anymore. And so we started incorporating some work. Work equals money, chores versus family responsibilities, and teaching discipline, work ethic. The kids started to, we broke down the house and we taught them how to clean their own house. But as they got older, I noticed when my oldest got to be about 11, there was a sense of like, well, dad and mom are entrepreneurs and they have their own business. I'm like, it sounds kind of cool. How could I do that?
Well, there are a lot of kids that want to have businesses. Some of them start out with lemonade stands, and some of them start out selling, Cub Scout tickets and whatever. Tell me a little bit about how and why it's important to share what you do with your kids and that they understand what it is you do in your business.
I talk to contractors in general, people in building fields and plumbing and electrical. And I hear the same thing over and over again. The trades are dying. This next generation, they don't want to plumb. They don't want to clean. They don't want to do electrician. They want to do something glamorous, like techie. And they want to have the next startup in Silicon Valley. That's what they're on their screens hours a day. I mean, am I the only one that's hearing this? It's like, or when I went to Starbucks with my wife, we went to the drive-through and we saw 4 people online, and all 4 were on their phone, not talking to the person next. Like back 10 years ago, there was real people there talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's all digital. So these kids are like, that's what they see. That's what they want to do. And meanwhile, we've got this trade that we love. This trade. Cleaning is a very noble profession. It's been going on for years and years and years. And as far as I can see, no robot is going to replace me anytime soon. And so I'm thinking, well, why not teach the kids the family business? And so when they were 11 and 12, we integrate them in. I bring them into like an office where it's empty. And there's some child labor laws and things. You have to check into that. Obviously, for us, it was okay. We checked. And I started bringing him with me, my oldest, when he was 11, 12, cleaning an office with me. He was not good in the beginning. They were good at cleaning the house, teaching him excellence, the hard work ethic. He'd tire quickly, monitor that, and just give him little bit by little bit. We'd start tracking and timing. And I would treat him as if he were someone that were working with me, but he's part of the family business. So he has a sense of ownership, and I would pay him a commission, a percentage of the job. And so he knew that his performance was linked.
Well, one of the things that you brought up, and we were talking about work ethic, and I think it's really important because one of the things, we were homeschooled as well, but my dad instilled the concept in us: I can't teach you everything, but I can teach you how to learn, and I can teach you a work ethic. And that way you can go and find the information you need, and then you can work to pay your bills. But what's really interesting about what my dad did is when he spun all of us kids out, because there are 19 of us kids, the majority of everybody went to become entrepreneurs. The majority, like 3 or 4 of them actually have jobs. Everyone else has their own companies. And how peculiar is that? Because we understood the work ethic, and we understood I have the power to work for myself, and I'm smart enough to go find the information I need in order to make that happen. So whether it's house cleaning or whatever, and I love the fact that you're willing to teach your kids house cleaning from a very early age, because even if tech is what they want, they can always supplement their income while they're getting started and pay their own bills without living off the offers of the land. They can provide and become self-sufficient while they're pursuing their tech dreams or whatever.
And I don't think it's peculiar at all about your siblings. And that's something I didn't mention, is along with teaching them the family business, I have a bookshelf next to me with the classics, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I love the book, The Go-Giver. The Slate Edge. There's all these like fable books that are really easy to read, skill with people. I can give these books to my kids they got to read something anyway. Give them mindset books. I had an example this morning. I'm talking with a realtor, and she put me on her preferred vendor list without even meeting me in person. And when I'm talking to her at breakfast, I said, out of curiosity, why did you do that? And she said, you set yourself apart. I said, what did I do? You connected with me. You reached out to me first. I didn't have to chase you down. I saw that you were a business person that cleaned versus just a cleaner that's trying to figure out business. And that's it. I said, that's all that it took to set me apart. And as a cleaning, it's like, yep, it's really not a high bar that we have to achieve. And if you can get your kids the mindset and the work ethic, like you said, and then now the superpower on top of this is we've got a family business, teach them that. And then maybe down the road, they're going to want to be doctors. They're going to want to do something in a job, go to college. That's fine. But I thought, how cool would it be if they always had a career they could fall back on? Instead of falling back on a degree, they can fall back on a very profitable cleaning business while they're pursuing other things. And it always gives them options. That's what I liked about this for our kids.
One of the things I liked about what you just said is you're leading by example. You got up this morning and you went and you met with a realtor and you got a nice shirt on and you went to a business meeting, and that's what your kids saw. My dad got up. He's not, slipping around the house in his pajamas and what have you. He got up, he got dressed, took a shower. He's gone to a business meeting because he's a business person.
And I'm very blessed in this respect, because in our first business in New York, the kids didn't see the beginning, like the building of a company is all of this kind of stuff. And it's the talking, it's the connecting, the networking. Now we have social media, which I didn't have in 2005, 6, and 7, right? So they only saw, as they're growing up, dad with the yellow work shirt going to clean and coming back dirty, and dad dealing with customers on the phone. But now they're seeing the other part of dad, how it was built, because I'm regrowing a company. And so it is really, it's sweet to be able to show them this. And it holds me accountable too. So parents, if you want something else to hold you accountable, you tell your kids you're going to do something, you better go do it.
That is fantastic. Well, this has been so helpful. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tell our listeners where they can go to find you.
Yeah, the best place is go to my website at smartcleaningbiz.com. And I would love it if you checked out my new podcast. It's called Solo Cleaning School, which is on Apple Podcasts, on Google, Stitcher, everywhere you want to find it. And it's a show that is for the solo cleaner out there in the field, working hard, getting dirty, and for the moms out there that might be interested in starting this amazing career, and maybe even the kids, who knows?
Alrighty, and that is Ken Carfagno from Carfagno Cleaning. I'm going to leave links in the show notes to everything that he just talked about. I'm super excited that he joined us today, because there are a lot of people that never think that their kids need to understand what they do for a living. But once the kids understand, they can be more supportive, they can be helpful, and who knows, maybe even they can start cleaning and doing a little bit around the house so they can be more like you. I love this. Isn't this great? All right, if you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. And if we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.